In this country, we've become completely used to horribly sexist and misogynist comments being unleashed by our lawmakers, our vidhayaks, our parliamentarians, our netas. We've become completely used to it. But Congress MLA and former Karnataka Assembly Speaker Ramesh Kumar in the Assembly has trivialized rape in the most vile, horrifying and sniggering manner. And what has added insult to injury is the reaction from the Speaker and this MLA's fellow MLAs inside the Assembly. All of them laughing at the comment. In case you haven't seen the story so far, watch it now and then I'll bring you the reactions.
There is a saying, when rape is inevitable, lie down and enjoy it.
Vile, disgusting, despicable. When rape is inevitable, lie down and enjoy it. Can you believe this was a comment made in the Karnataka Assembly? Listen again to what this Congress MLA, Ramesh Kumar, said, and also listen carefully to how the Speaker and all the MLAs react.
There is a saying, when rape is inevitable, lie down and enjoy it. That's exactly the position into which you are.
It's horrifying to say the least, and the entire country is outraged at how casually this man, an MLA inside the Assembly, has trivialized rape.
First, stand here and denounce that legislator who says that if you're raped as a woman in this country, you should enjoy it. And first, bring to justice such a man, and then we will see who speaks for women and children in this country.
इतनी सीरियस ऑफेंस को मजाक बनाते हैं. जो मेंटल ट्रॉमा से एक महिला गुजरती है, उसको दरकिनार कर उसका छोटा सा मजाक बनाकर आप लोग पूरे सदन में हंस रहे हैं. शर्मनाक है.
Ironically, this comment was made on the anniversary of the Nirbhaya case. And it's clear that 9 years on, nothing's changed in this mindset.
ये इतने बढ़े चढ़े लोग हैं, इतने मानसिकता के गिरे हुए लोग हैं कि क्या हमें तो नहीं समझ क्या अपने बहन बेटियों के साथ भी ऐसे ही कहते हो कि एंजॉय करा करो. तो ये बहुत ओछी मानसिकता है और ऐसे लोगों की वजह से ही सरकारें जाती है.
After all the outrage, the Congress MLA offered a lame, half-hearted apology, if we can even call it that. With a whole lot of ifs and buts, and with a smile on his face, Ramesh Kumar said he takes back his comment if he's offended anyone, especially women.
ನನ್ನಿಂದ ಅಪರಾಧ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ತೀರ್ಮಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಬಂದು ತೀರ್ಪು ಕೊಟ್ಟುಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಕ್ಷಮೆಯನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತೇನೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಸುಖಾಂತ್ಯವನ್ನು ಹಾಡಿ ಕಲಾಪಗಳನ್ನು ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋಣ.
And the Speaker was all too happy to let it go. After all, he had participated in the outrage by laughing when the comment was made. This is not all. While walking out of the Assembly, the sexist and arrogant MLA was even seen shrieking at reporters for questioning his token lame apology.
Whatever needs to be said, I have spoken on the floor of the House. I will not react to any of it. I said I will not react. I said I will not react.
Let us not.
You can't force me.
Okay, we'll just go.
There's a deathly silence from the Congress High Command. The BJP is asking why Priyanka Gandhi, who is on a Nari Shakti mission in UP and has projected herself as a champion of women's rights, has not commented on Ramesh Kumar's words. This man, by the way, is a habitual offender, having trivialized rape in the past as well.
ರೇಪ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಒಂದೇ ಸಲ. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇದ್ದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಅತ್ಲಾಗ ಹೊರಟೋಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ರೇಪ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅವನ ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಜೈಲಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವನ ಪರವಾಗಿ ವಕೀಲರು ಬರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ನಾನ್ ರೇಪ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡವ್ರು ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಈಶ್ವರಪ್ಪನವ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ ಕೇಳಿ ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ದ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೊತ್ತು ಮಾಡ್ದ, ಹೆಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ದ ಏನು. ನನಗೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ರೇಪ್ ತಿಂಗಳು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನ್ ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಸಿಕ್ತೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ, ಆತ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ರೇಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ, ಕೋರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ 100 ಸಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ.
Now, Congress MLA and former Speaker Ramesh Kumar has gotten away with it once. But the question is, will he get away again? Now, the Congress, which is ironically led by a woman leader, seems to have decided to look the other way and go soft on Ramesh Kumar. With video journalist Shrimurthy Gurumat, Nolan Pinto for India Today in Belagavi.
Let's be very clear, this isn't just about the Congress party. The story we're talking about right now involves a Congress MLA, but the Karnataka speaker is from the BJP, and as you can see, sniggering, he participates in this horrible humor inside the assembly. And there is no party in this country which has not had netas that have said sickening, misogynist, sexist, unacceptable things, including rape jokes. But right now the spotlight is on the Congress party, and it comes at a time when on the one side you have Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi, who has promised 40 seats for women in the upcoming UP polls. She has made Nari Shakti her calling card, and she says, "Ladki hoon, lad sakti hoon." And on the other hand, she is completely silent, deafeningly silent on the Congress Karnataka leader Ramesh Kumar, who has said, well, if rape is inevitable, might as well enjoy it, and then giggles along with his other MLAs across party lines inside the Karnataka Assembly. So it's a question to ask, because Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, who is extremely vocal and rightly so, it's election season as well, and given the fact that she's made this her calling card, why has she not said anything? Listen in.
आने वाले विधानसभा चुनाव में उत्तर प्रदेश में कांग्रेस पार्टी 40% टिकट महिलाओं को देगी। हमारी प्रतिज्ञा है कि महिलाएं उत्तर प्रदेश की राजनीति में पूरी तरह से भागीदार होंगी।
Moment, I'm going to show you how the spotlight is currently on Congress MLA Ramesh Kumar, who has offered a very lame, half-hearted ifs and buts conditional apology, saying, if I have offended anyone, then I apologize. DK Shivakumar, the Karnataka Congress president, has also put out a very strong statement saying that he regrets the behavior of this person. But one of the people who's completely silent here is Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. When you make something as powerful, emotive and meaningful in this country as Nari Shakti, your calling card, then questions are going to be asked. It's not about the BJP and the Congress. Nevertheless, since it is the BJP and the Congress, which are the two principal parties in the country, Adil Singh Boparai, spokesperson of the Congress, is with me. Neha Joshi, spokesperson of the BJP. Welcome to you both. Adil, simple first question. Why hasn't Priyanka Gandhi said anything about this guy? I mean, it's one thing to say, will he be sacked and stuff. We know we're not going to go down that path. We'll leave that for other channels. The question we're simply asking is, considering that this very powerful Nari Shakti, women power, calling card has been embraced in such a prominent way by Priyanka Gandhi, one would have expected that Ramesh Kumar's comments would be absolutely unacceptable to the Congress.
Well, sure. Firstly, the Congress party has categorically come out and said that we disapprove and condemn the statement by this legislator. And I was anticipating that we would not indulge in political whataboutery, because this is a problem which cuts across party lines. And I think it is time in this country that this kind of mindset should be rejected. Having said that, since you put a question to me, you put a political question to me, I can reverse that question and say that did the Prime Minister Narendra Modi utter a single word when his own legislator was convicted for rape called Kuldeep Sengar? I can reverse the question and say, did anybody ask Mr. Modi to
But it's not the BJP. I'm asking you that question. You're not addressing the BJP, you're addressing me. I'm not asking on behalf of the BJP. I am simply asking, why hasn't Priyanka Gandhi said something about this? The Congress is not equating itself with the BJP last time I checked.
You can get touchy about my statement, or you can let me complete.
Yeah. But I'm just saying it's not the BJP asking. I am asking here.
I am putting out a statement. Please allow me to complete. If you interrupt, you are not a vested party here. It is let me speak for my party. Number two, I can reverse the same issue. Let me put it this way, since you have a problem with the word question. Did the Prime Minister apologize when he referred to a senior Congress leader's wife as a 50 crore rupee girlfriend? Or when he referred to a very senior Congress leader by calling her a Jersey cow? I did not want to get into this political whataboutery. I said this right at the beginning. Having said this, this is a problem. This chauvinistic mindset must be rejected.
Okay.
But since, like I said earlier, you made it political, What about Yogi Adityanath's atrocious comments on women? What about Mohan Bhagwat's misogynistic comments about women?
The thing is, Adil,
comments about women?
I'll tell you. Let me explain something. No, I have to be firm about this because it was me asking the question, and you're right. I don't have a vested interest, and I am asking the question, and it's political because I mean these are MLAs we're talking about. This is a political party that we're talking about. How can it not be political? In a moment.
My answer has to be longer than your question.
In a moment, I'm going to give you examples. But I'm saying, all I'm saying is, you don't even need to go that far. Like we're saying in our story, the guy who's giggling back at Ramesh Kumar is a Karnataka BJP leader. He's a BJP speaker. He's sniggering in this whole thing. He wants to sweep this under the carpet as well. So nowhere are we saying this is a Congress problem.
You don't need to give an explanation. Please let me complete. I have said this at the outset, that this kind of mindset has to be emphatically rejected. Let's be very clear. The Congress General Secretary in charge for Karnataka is Mr. Randeep Surjewala. He's categorically come out. Mr. D.K. Shivkumar has said, such comments, such utterances are uncalled for. We condemn it.
No, but
Ms. Smriti Irani raises this in Parliament, or when somebody tries to create political hue and cry,
then
it is incumbent on us to turn around.
Fair enough, but you're not answering them. You're answering me on the show. I think okay. I understand. See, look.
What about Mohan Bhagwat?
Adil, I get it. But I have to make a distinction here. Because India Today is the country's #1 channel. We don't indulge in politics. We ask the questions here. That's why I have to point out to my viewers that I am asking you a question, but you are responding to the BJP. I have to place that on record here. Neha, the BJP doesn't have its hands clean even in this entire affair, but the spotlight is currently on Ramesh Kumar, who has lost his cool. He's yelled at reporters. Are you making anything out of this, or is this already purely political?
Shiv, a very good evening to everyone here. Shiv, first of all, I've been on several panels since this morning. Adil is the first Congress spokesperson I've encountered. Till now, Congress refused to even apologize on TV. Even their spokespersons refused to come on panels and apologize on behalf of their party and their MLA. Now, Mr. Ramesh Kumar, as I'm sure Aaj Tak has shown in the segment earlier, he's a repeat offender. He has compared himself to a rape victim back in 2019. The same analogy was used by a Congress MP's wife. The same quote that he's trying to use here has been used by the Congress MP's wife in Kerala in 2016. So, like you said, this issue should not have been made political. An unconditional apology should have been tendered. This is something highly deplorable. But we saw that Mr. Ramesh Kumar tried to run away from reporters, misbehave with them. And then I think, what he did offer, I'm certainly not taking that as an apology. So for a party, the grand old party of India that's claiming, I was listening to Mr. Boparai's rant here. He went on and about who said what. For me, this issue is about women. I'm sorry, I'm not going to indulge in politics here. I can point out Mr. Digvijay Singh's remark. I can go out and point out to multiple things that multiple Congress leaders have said. कि संघ में कौन सी निक्कर वाली महिलाएं दिखती हैं. I can point out all of those things, but I did not come with that agenda here. The point here is larger, that in an assembly full of lawmakers, some MLA was able to stand there and say this, and nobody objected.
No, that's true.
Nobody objected.
That's true. Nobody objected.
That is the larger point of the debate here.
Yeah, including the Karnataka speaker, and the question was not even meant to be political. The reason the question was asked.
Defending that here. But the fact that Mr. Boparai is sitting here and indulging in whataboutery, he starts out saying that let's not indulge in whataboutery, and that's exactly what he did for the 5 minutes that he spoke.
Okay. Now
Where is your leader? Where is your leader, Priyanka Gandhi, who's going about saying ladki hu, lad sakti hu, ladiye inse Ramesh Kumar se aur inki mansikta se?
Okay, since that's a direct question, Adil, you want to answer that? It's a political question, but I will take this away from the politics in my next question. Adil, quick answer.
No, Shiv, it has become political, so it's important that I respond.
Please do.
Narendra Modi is a repeat offender. Narendra Modi has repeatedly made misogynistic comments. Let's name him. Mohan Bhagwat has repeatedly made misogynistic comments. Khattar has made misogynistic comments.
Mr. Digvijay Singh, a former CM.
Okay. One at a time.
Go down that line.
former member of parliament.
Neha, let Adil finish, otherwise we can't hear either of you. We have enough time. I'll come back to you. Yes, Adil, finish your point.
I said at the outset that this is not an issue where there should be political lines. We have to confront this attitude.
Okay.
But since political questions are put to me, therefore it is incumbent to me.
You made your point. Take my next question. Let's remove this from the politics.
Such comments.
No, let's remove this from the politics.
But having said this, let me be very categorical in saying that we condemn such a statement. But the Karnataka speaker is also a custodian of the house. Now, I don't want to tell the BJP. I'm sure Neha knows that the Karnataka speaker
we are saying
is the BJP MLA.
We are saying it plain and simple.
So I need to say that the BJP MLA was partaking in this absolutely uncalled for banter, absolutely reprehensible.
We are already saying it. So forget about what the BJP thinks on this. We are saying it. Okay, specific question. The apology that has been proffered by Mr. D.K. Shivakumar, the Congress president in Karnataka, sounds like a sincere apology, but it's on behalf of this guy who is a repeat offender, as Neha correctly pointed out. He has said disgusting things in the past as well. And at a time when, women, Nari Shakti, women power is a big nara for the Congress party, it just looks weird that all these other leaders are having to do the condemnation, not the leader himself and not Priyanka.
Can I respond? Shiv,
the two people who should be speaking are not speaking.
Shiv, now let me speak, please. Please let me complete. Now, once the General Secretary of the AICC in charge of Karnataka has put out a categorical statement, when the PCC chief has said, I think the position is very clear, the party has condemned this. But let me turn it around and say that the BJP tom-toms about Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, but Narendra Modi makes atrocious and reprehensible comments. He makes misogynistic comments. Then if you want to discuss this evenly. Let's not pick cherry and say, okay, well, put the spotlight on the Congress.
You're mistaking us for another channel which doesn't discuss things evenly. I will show you in a moment how even we are here on India Today. I'll show you how even we are here on India Today, Adil. I don't know what other channels you go on, but on India Today we have a very even hand when it comes to such
issues. If you allow me to come in,
Neha, quick comment, then I'll show you that graphic. I'll show my viewers that graphic about how across party lines there has been misogyny. We don't differentiate. It is about women. It's not about political parties. Neha, quick comment.
You're not letting me.
When Smriti Irani ji spoke in Parliament today, she did not name a party. She said what happened is condemnable. She did not name a party. She said what happened was condemnable. She said everybody present there, nobody should have tolerated it. That's the larger point that leader of my party made. A woman leader, Adil Singh Boparai, please listen to what I'm saying. Smriti Irani, perhaps the senior most woman leader of my party, stood in Parliament today and in no uncertain terms condemned the whole exchange. Why doesn't Priyanka Gandhi have the guts to do the same?
Adil, this is an important point. Smriti Irani has commented on an incident that involves a BJP speaker. The speaker is from the BJP, so she's condemned the entire incident.
When Smriti Irani can stand on the floor of the parliament and say that what happened was unfortunate and nobody should have participated in that, why doesn't Priyanka Gandhi Vadra have the guts to do that? When she's going around UP saying, Ladki hoon, lad sakti hoon. Why shy away from this? Why wait for media outrage?
He never apologizes.
To make even the MLA apologize.
No, but
why not send Congress spokespersons to such debates? Why tell them to abstain? Why? Why are you scared?
Okay, let's ask her.
Let's talk about being a woman. Forget a politician. I sit here as a woman today. I'm not defending anybody on this channel. Let me make it very clear.
You have made it political, and then you say let's talk about the issue.
No, but is Priyanka Gandhi angry about this, Adil? I mean, it's a human question. Forget about the politics for a moment. Given that all of this affects what she's doing and trying to do politically, doesn't this dent that mission? So isn't she going to be irritated or annoyed about this comment having been made?
You know, Shiv, on one hand you say don't make it political, on the other hand you're alluding and making it political.
I am simply asking you a direct question. What's wrong with it being political? No. These are politicians we're talking about. These are public representatives.
When you bring in Priyanka Gandhi, you make it political. No.
The very issue of women's safety is political in this country. So let's get that straight. Why is it that your leader who claims to be the champion of women's rights, why is she shying away today?
Neha, let Adil finish. I'll come to you so we can both hear you. Yeah. Adil, finish your point.
Shiv, the moment you bring in Priyanka Gandhi, you are making it political. Since you put that question to me, let me say the Congress party condemns that. But since you're asking me about Priyanka Gandhi ji, then you must ask Neha this question. Did Narendra Modi apologize for 50 crore rupee girlfriend comment? Does Neha feel equally perturbed by Mr. Mohan Bhagwat and Khattar's comments? Should she not apologize?
Should I be speaking about Tunchamal on this channel? I'm sorry, Mr. Bopparai, you may have selective amnesia. I don't. So let's not get into this. And again, don't make this issue petty. Your leader
there are women leaders in the Congress party who are upset with what has happened, Adil.
We're asking a woman.
You're being defensive by saying the BJP didn't do this, the Congress, the Prime Minister didn't do this, and therefore why are you questioning Priyanka Gandhi?
You want to make it political, then have a uniform situation.
What is not political about this? It is a political issue, Adil.
You can't say, I am sorry, I am not making it political, but please, what does Priyanka Gandhi think about it? If you want to ask me about Priyanka Gandhi,
I meant the crossfire between the Congress and the BJP. By itself, a rape joke in the assembly is a political issue. Women's issues are political in nature.
You must ask this question. What about Narendra Modi's 50 crore rupee girlfriend comment?
You're asking it. And you're proving that, you're proving that these things cut across party lines. But at the same time, you are indulging in whataboutery. And you're saying everything except answer a question, that I'm asking on Priyanka Gandhi. She's the one who's made it a calling card. It's her mission, Adil. That's the reason I'm asking. I'm not asking a loaded question. I'm simply saying Priyanka Gandhi has very admirably made Nari Shakti her calling card. And therefore, how can there be double standards?
Narendra Modi, Shiv, you don't need to argue with me. Narendra Modi plays the Beti Bachao card.
Are you saying that Priyanka Gandhi is the same as Narendra Modi? Are you saying that the BJP standards apply to you? Because last time I checked, the Congress says the Congress is far superior to the BJP then. You can't have it both ways.
For the past 5 years, Congress party has made fun of the Beti Bachao Beti Padhao slogan. पहली बार इस देश में हमारा जो sex ratio है वो महिलाएं पुरुषों से ज़्यादा है. That's the success of Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao that they've been mocking for more than 5 years now.
Okay. I just want to wrap this up by showing you, a lovely hall of shame of netas across political party lines who have said these things in the past. I mean, I wish this didn't have to be political, but it is, because these are people in political parties who've said these things. Not the first time that a political leader has made such sexist comments in the past. It's happened October 2012. Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee had said rapes happen because men and women interact. In April 2014, former Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh and Samajwadi Party founder Mulayam Singh Yadav said boys are boys, they will make mistakes, while opposing capital punishment for rape. Then in June 2014, former Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Babulal Gaur said rape is sometimes right and sometimes it is wrong. So I've just picked out some of the comments regarding rape, just to show you that across party lines, we've had these disgusting things that have actually been said about rape. Neha and Adil, I wish we had more time, but I'm out of time for the moment. Thank you very much, both of you, for being with me.